What's up, my hungry little hazelnuts? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and all I really wanted to do was eat a burrito in between the dev stream and recording the hashtag confirm video, but apparently DE wanted to go ahead and release their kind of like teaser site for the next update that is coming as early as next week. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and go through this, and anything that is covered in here I won't go over in the dev stream review, which was actually kind of sort of good. However, before we dive deep into the old blood, I did want to go ahead and point out that this morning there was a hotfix that went out, and I think that this is a pretty cool one for anybody out there who has been doing disruption nodes for relics. Again, I don't need relics. I'm all set. I'm all good. So all I'm looking for is some Kuva disruption changes and maybe some updated rewards in Lua. But as you can see right here, they have shifted the relics basically upwards in practically all of the disruption nodes. So definitely go ahead and take a look at that, because that might be of help to you if you are still hunting for Atlas Prime, Death Cube Prime, or basically anything you need. So let's go ahead and jump in to some old blood, which I kind of love the title of it. It's the title that they wanted to tease on the dev stream, but they didn't. But when they say old blood, I kind of feel like they're talking to me. They're like, you wrinkly and you old and you got blood, that's you. So, coming soon to PC and consoles, the dead shall rise again, and their vengeance will be swift and merciless. In the Old Blood update, take on the Kuva Village, your personal villain, trample your prey as the ravenous Grendel, cleave through flesh and bone with the robust Melee Phase 2 rework, which I'm really kind of excited for, utilize Vauban and Ember's revamped ability kits, and collect a smorgasbord of new gear and customizations. Now, we do have the Warframe profile Grendel, which I'm actually going to go ahead and link this site down in the description box below, just in case you guys wanted to go ahead and check this out for yourself. There have been a couple changes to his kit that I'm very curious to see where we're going with it, but devour the wicked as Grendel. Like a predator, Grendel barrels in to feast on the cruel and corrupted. Despite his fearsome appearance, Grendel is a noble spirit whose generosity is matched only by his insatiable hunger. Like me right now! Visit the Laverian to begin your hunt for Grendel. Now, they did mention a unique way of getting him, which is going to revolve around arbitrations and getting key drops from arbitrations, or getting keys from arbitrations, then using those keys to do something with. They were kind of nebulous about the whole thing, but they said it would be better if you had like a group of people that were working together to get it. And in addition to that, I don't know if Rebecca was just saying weird stuff at the end, because like I said, the whole thing, they were kind of like elusive and nebulous about how you were going to get him. But she said something along the lines of mods don't matter. I don't know. Listen, it was weird. Regardless, his passive, now each enemy consumed grants bonus armor. Feast is his first ability. Swallow an enemy whole and store it in Grendel's guts. Not satisfied, keep eating, but beware. Each foe in Grendel's belly slowly consumes energy. Hold to vomit out stored enemies, covering them in toxic bile. Nourish is his next ability. Consume the enemies in Grendel's guts and nourish nearby squad enemies with your radial buff. Apparently this also, grants you a buff on the first enemy that you've consumed. Like, I guess that first enemy will actually dictate what kind of buff you give. I thought that we were going to be able to toggle through them, but apparently that's not going to be a thing anymore. Regurgitate, violently puke out a bile-soaked enemy from Grendel's guts, turning the consumed into a toxic projectile. Now, I'm really curious to see exactly what the damage is going to be like on this, or if there's going to be any kind of scaling involved, because otherwise it's just meh. And then we have Pulverize. Engorged from feeding, Grendel curls into a ball and sends any enemies in his path flying. Now remember, the original version of this was Meatball, where basically you would roll around and you would consume more and more and more enemies. But it did sound like from the dev stream that the amount of enemies in your belly is actually going to dictate how long you can roll around for. So I find that to be really, really interesting. And I'm curious to see how that actually works in gameplay. So we have your personal villain. We maggots live not long, we hope, more life, work, kill, maybe queens notice, maybe they share the old blood. Dun dun dun. I feel like that's a little chilling. I like it. So as you can see right here, this is going to be what we're going to be seeing in game for the Kuva Liches. We also have the Parazon. That's what it is. I saw it mentioned down there. And it looks to be very interesting. I'm kind of excited about Kuva Liches now. We'll see how it all works. Tenno, you are not the only one with the gift of resurrection. The most worthy Grineer soldiers are receiving the power of Kuva. Strike these Kuva spike Grineer down, and they shall rise again, stronger and more ruthless than before. Their goal? To take you down. Landing the killing blow on a Kuva spike Grineer, and their death triggers their rebirth into your Kuva Lich. Your Lich will claim territory in the Origin system, using their influence to build a following of loyal thralls. Track these lesser beings down and gather intel on the Lich's whereabouts. Your squad mates may help you in the process, but only you can give your Kuva Lich its final taste of fear with the Parazon, the hidden blade of the Tenno. Be warned, if you manage to defeat your Lich, another may rise to take its place. We are maggots, but eventually even maggots can fly. Not if we put down a stink bomb. They all dead. But it's a really, really interesting kind of system that they've built into it. The Parazon is actually going to be something where we're going to be able to equip like different kinds of mods on, and they're called immortal mods. Apparently, when we try to kill a Kuva Lich, there's going to be kind of like a kill command that we have to put into our Parazon. But we don't know the order, and we don't know what specific mods we're gonna need to do it. They also haven't stated how we're gonna get those mods. So I find this to be very, very interesting. I'm curious about it, but apparently we're gonna have to go around killing these thralls, find out the kill command, then go ahead and use the Parazon on the Kuva Lich. So interesting. I'm excited. Then we have the melee changes phase 2. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's supposed to be a 14 section update to melee changes, which I'm not super duper excited in reading, and I'm almost thinking, what if we break it up into like maybe the first 7 sections and then the last 7 sections, so that way y'all can digest, take a break, whatever you gotta do, because this is gonna be a long video for me. But we got melee changes phase 2. Building on the melee changes from earlier this year, phase 2 introduces devastating new combat techniques, smoother combos, the return of manual blocking, and more. Oh, it's juicy, okay? Heavy attacks. Phase 2 introduces new heavy attacks for all melee weapons. These attacks are slower but deal a mighty punch. String them together with your default melee attacks to create a symphony of destruction. Mid-air madness. Melee attacks now work mid-air. You can now live out your gravity-defying ninja combat dreams. Lift and juggle. Apparently there is a new enemy state called lifted, which I'm excited about. Certain melee attacks can now lift enemies into the air, leaving them exposed to follow-up attacks. Attack them in mid-air to keep them juggled and trapped in a world of pain. Excited. Combo Maker. The combo system received a wide variety of changes, including more intuitive combos for melee stances, a combo counter rework, and smoother combo transitions to keep your flow going. This is the one that I'm the most curious to see how that plays out, because of course we have some mods that heavily depend on our combo meter, so cross your fingers. We have melee rebalance. We gave melee weapons their long-awaited rebalance pass, which includes melee weapon stats, melee mod rebalances, and more. When they showed this off in the dev stream, literally there were so many stats on the screen. They have a range built in as well. They have blocking angle, which we'll talk about that in a second. Oh my god, it's already live. The dev workshop is already live. Well, shit, I gotta go finish reading this and we'll go ahead and talking about that. But apparently blocking now blocks 100% of the damage, but the type of weapon you have will dictate the blocking angle. So if you have something like a sword and shield, you're gonna have a much wider blocking angle. And when they say angle, it's kind of like the cones around you, like to where you're facing while you're blocking, because you can now physically equip your weapons again and use manual blocking again. So we're gonna have the quick attacks, which is just, you know, being able to swap between gun and sword. And then we're also going to have one where you fully equip your melee weapon and then you'll be able to manually block there. So that's definitely going to be a thing. The dev shop is already out. I did not know that that was going to be the case. That was very, very fast. This next part As you can see, they do have the Ember and Vauban reworks, but we're going to skip ahead because we don't waste our time with trash here. Not in this house. I find that really weird how they had a picture of Ember and Vauban, but they didn't mention their reworks. Maybe they'll have that somewhere a little bit lower. Anyway, we have Tenno reinforcements, and gorge yourself on this feast of new gear and customizations fit for a voracious predator. We have the Grendel collection. The full collection includes the Grendel Warframe, the Grendel Glut helmet, the Massateer, an unusual crankshaft style heavy blade, and the Sumba Sayandana and 3-day credit and affinity boosters. I have to say, I actually prefer this helmet to his standard. Well, I don't know, the standard helmet is like Rhino-esque, and I kind of like that too. I like both helmets. The Sayandana is weird. But then again, Grendel is weird, so we can't really say too much about that. As for the Massateer, I don't know why, but in this picture, it looks like a really long-barreled gun. Grendel's signature weapon, tear and chew through enemies with this unusual crankshaft-style heavy blade. I would think it's more like a heavy club, but I guess maybe there are bladed aspects to it that you could get into. This is what I'm really, like, I think that this is maybe my second or third most excited thing, because legitimately it's probably Kuva Village's, then it's the Melee, then it's probably the Vaska Kavat. A drinker of life, this Kavat prowls the plains upon dusk. Vaska includes 2 exclusive mods, Vampiric Bite and Transfusion. Vampiric Bite allows her attacks to bypass armor and stealth for her master. Ooh! While Transfusion allows her to sacrifice some of her health to raise her fallen master while in bleed out. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it's not exactly what I hoped for, but it's kind of cool. And then we have a Tigris-themed companion armor. Adorn your most worthy Kubro and Kavat in the sleek armor of Tenno origin. It's looking really good. I think it actually looks pretty damn good, so that's going to be cool. There's also double space ninja entries. If you guys don't remember what that is, like, they're going to give you money to go into space. So every day you complete a mission in-game between October 25th and October 27th, you'll get an additional entry to become a real space ninja. So take a look in that. Again, the article will be listed down below, and you can go click through however you want to. Additional update highlights: there's a Prexis mod slot, a Nexa mod slot for primary and secondary weapons used exclusively for utility mods, and there are 3 additional purchasable upgrade and appearance configs, meaning you can expand it up to 6 per warframe and weapon. Let the feast begin, Tenno. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of excited. I want to see where Kuva Villages go. It sounds like they're going to be steering this into the direction of a little bit of difficulty. Again, I really like the dev stream, and we'll have more of a chat about that after I finish the dev workshop videos on Melee 3.0, because I'm sure you guys want all of the in-depth details on that. I'm also going to try to find some time to stuff this burrito in my face because it's still warm. It's a warm little baby. Regardless, let me know your feelings so far on everything that you've seen here with the Old Blood update. What are you the most excited for? And what are you not so jazzed about? Toss all of that down in the comments below. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your burrito. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.